Good day, everyone. I'm here with you once again. This is VIK-JSAM Farm. All right, today I'm actually going to take you on a topic, and this topic is all about how you can start up your own goat farm business. And this is going to be a breakthrough to your financial instability. Now, what are we saying out here now? And before I can do that, I want to take you around what we have just started, what we have done. There are two different things we have in here to do. Now, this is a sucker over there. So we have about 100 suckers up here. Yes, we just planted this one over 2 weeks ago, actually. Yes, we planted this. Yes, I'm correct. Yes, 2 weeks ago, actually. And then look at it. Look at it. And they are all taking shape. They are taking shape. As you can see up here. Now, this one is springing out. It means that it's quite doing well. All right. So we are going to wait for it at least for, I think, maybe a minimum of 3 months. We'll come back again and check if there's any weed we can take off. You can see the spacing is okay. All right. You can see the spacing. It's quite okay because, of course, you know that plantain always generates more suckers. So that is why we gave it this nice space. You can see the road. You can pass through. Actually, you can view your farm very well. And over there is our permanent site for the building of the staff quarters for the goats farm business. This is our permanent site for them, where they are going to, the staff will be staying. All right, and up here we are actually building something, all right, for the goats itself. So it's quite a big one actually, but we are rolling it and we are going to take shape in no time. All right, stay tuned now, and I'm going to kickstart the topic for today. Now we talk about the land. When you want to start up your goat farm, you have to consider, the first thing you are going to consider is your land. All right, your land space. All right, that land is very, very important in goat farming business. Why do we talk about land? Now, if you do not have a land and you tend to rent a land, then you will be bound to keep changing spaces of where your goats are. Remember, these are animals, and just like human beings do not like to be changed, and whenever the environments are being changed, they tend to react negatively somehow. That is the reason why you have your permanent site where your animals will get used to. All right, and then not just that, you need a secured environment. All right, in no time we're going to be doing the fencing. By the time we are through with this project and this one, we are going to fence it all around. All right, actually this plantain can be what they are going to be feeding on. All right, so this is a bigger picture and we are really rolling it gradually. It's taking a long time, but we will get there. It's just a matter of time. Now, what are we saying? The land is very important. So, and aside from that, it's going to make you have a relaxed mind. Your goats will graze as they want. All right, you can see we have a lot of grazing area up there. Yes, quite a big grazing area up there. So it's a vast space. So the people that are actually going to, the goats that are actually going to be feeding here will have a lot of fun. Now, back to the business. Now we talk about accommodation. Why do we bother ourselves? Why don't we use the money for the accommodation to go ahead and start this business? Now, let me tell you something. The reason why in Africa, that's Nigeria especially, where we have issues about our staffs running away from job, it's because we do not care for our staffs. And this time I put it to you that you need to care for your staff. In any business you want to do, you should think about your staff first. If you do not take care of your staff, then you will not be able to excel in your business actually. So now I put it to you, and I'm also encouraging farmers, any farmer actually that wants to excel should give a staff a comfortability. Let your staff have a place to give them kitchen to cook, give them a place to have a rest, and they will celebrate you as their boss. But when you stress them out, you tell them to come all the way from wherever they are living and then come take care of the animal, you'll be having issues in your farm. So that's about accommodation. And we talk about the building. What kind of structure are we having here? You can see this is where we're going to stop actually. We are not taking it any further. It's just another 2 more coaches. We are not taking it any further. Then we are now going to put up a wood. Yes, a wood. All right, a wood. Why are we doing that? Putting up the wood just to ensure that the goats will have enough ventilation. Remember that your goat doesn't want to be too choked, all right? And your goat does not also want to be too how do I put it, to be too open. All right, so that is a very good accommodation for goats. So when you're farming your goat farm, you have to consider the hazardness that the accommodation can cause for your goats. Now, what type of breed? Yes, what type of breed should I go for as a farmer? I should think. Now in Nigeria, we have the African dwarf breed. We have the African dwarf breed. There are different types. We have the ones from southeast, we have from southwest, we have the northern region. All right, so you can get, and the ones in northern region are always very tall. All right, we call them the Hausa Sokoto rate. All right, so now you can get the Hausa Sokoto rate and crossbreed with the African dwarf and get a better species, and you see that your goats will be getting bigger. All right, will be getting very bigger and huge. When you lift anyone up, you enjoy the kind of species you carry. Now, aside from that, aside from the type of breed, all right, actually in Africa here, there are this mentality that we still want our species to be retained. You can have two type of species, the Nigerian dwarf and the other one, which is the crossbreeded type, so that people that would demand for this one, which is the crossbreeded, or the one which is the African dwarf, will be happy to patronize you because you have it all. All right, now what about the feeding? What about the feeding? Yes, it's quite interesting because there is no living thing that will not want to take something inside his or her own stomach. All right, so when animals are feeding, it is important you get them adequate food. And then remember, even in the feeding, too much of everything is bad. Yes. Now, actually, for me, I use beans chaff. I use bean chaff when I want to feed my goats. I use bean chaff because it makes the goats, because I have enough protein, and it makes the goats very huge and big, and gives them enough weight gain. All right, but the problem there is there are at times that I will keep feeding them the bean chaff and they will start stooling. Now you find out that they're having diarrhea. Now that diarrhea will cause a lot of deaths too in your farm, but not that the food is not good for them. Everything that you give too much, even if you give them plants too much, they will pass through diarrhea. All right, but you have to checkmate it. Sometimes you allow them to graze. Yes, you'll allow them to free themselves, let them graze, let them eat natural, because that is how they were created to be. All right, so that is all about what we call feeding. And we now talk about how many do I start with. You remember our topic is, what do I do before I can start up a goat farm? So how many do you as a farmer should start with? Are you supposed to start with? Now, to me, I will tell you that some people will tell you start with the amount you want, start with the amount you can carry, but I tell you that the first step is go and get a good knowledge about goat farming. If you get a good knowledge about goat farming, you can control as much as 100 alone, even close to 1,000. You can control, but once you do not have a good knowledge about goat farming, you will not know how to get more, because you'll be scared. I have 5 and they are already getting sick. I don't know what to do to them, and I have 10 now. What do I do to them? Now I can tell you, I'm a young farmer actually. I started with a number of 10, but now actually I have about 35. Now as I speak to you, I have about 35, and of course they got sick sometimes, and I take care of them. All right, I take care of them. I take care of them. So it's not about I'm scared. Are they not when they get sick? What am I going to do? No. What are you going to do is in your hands. The only thing you need to know if you can be able to go for 20 or 30 is to get knowledge. That is my answer to you. When you have the knowledge on how to take care of the goat, you can go as much as 100. All right, you can go as much as 100. But if you do not have an adequate knowledge about goat farming business, you will miss it out, and you will not be able to control as low as 5. All right, so that is that about that. And now I can put it to you that you can start as many as you want, so long as you have the knowledge about goat farming business. And that is the knowledge we are giving to you now, to ensure that you have the knowledge about how to vaccinate them. All right, we will get to that. Now, what is the next step? There are some hazardness you can still see when you are farming your goats. you will see a lot of hazardness. There are so many sicknesses. We have the diarrhea, we have the cough, we have a lot of them. We have the bloats, all right? But how do we take care of all these sicknesses? It is by understanding how to vaccinate them. Once you know how to vaccinate your goats, you do not have any problem at all. Then I tell you that the sky is your starting point. All right, the sky is your starting point. So it is not difficult to be able to take care of your goat once you are able to, you know, understand the basics. What is the basics we are talking about? The basics is for you to know how to vaccinate them. We are going to that. Now, what is my profit? What is my profit? I'm a goat farmer now. What is my profit? What is my gain? Your gain is much. Because what you should know how to take care of, it is the baby. The babies of the goat. The babies of the goat. Once you are farming goat, it is not just to feed them every day, wake up every day. It is to care for the baby. Once the goats are pregnant, they do antenatal. Yes, they do. Yes, there are drugs you give to them to be able to take care of their pregnant goats so that they will not be risking their child, so that we will not have the stillbirth. Once the goat delivers, it will deliver properly, all right, so that you will not be having losses instead of gain, all right. So once you know how to take care of the babies, and the baby is one of the most important profits that you have in your farm. Once you know how to take care of the babies of your goat, then the sky is your starting point. Because the baby of the goat is that thing that makes your farm to grow rich. Now, when you have a goat that delivers about 4, you know that it's much. Sometimes you tend to see that the goat is not breastfeeding too. How do you go about that? That is where the knowledge comes. How do you go about breastfeeding your goats? You need to know. Those are the reasons. All right? Now, aside from that, you still need to go into the vaccinating aspect. All right, the vaccination that we are teaching you right now is how you're going to be vaccinating these goats. What are the benefits of this vaccination that this VIK-JSAM is talking about? What is the basis? The basis of vaccination is that even when you have treated your goats and they are all okay, they are healthy and hearty, but sometimes just vaccinate them. You are preparing their body system to be aware that there are diseases. There are diseases. Be prepared that there are diseases, so they will have an immunity to fight over these diseases. Is that taken? Now we go into the treatment. Like this morning in my farm, where I'm still using over there, that farm, actually I had a diarrhea issue, I think yesterday, because I did not put so much mind on it. But actually it's a minor thing. Immediately when I got to goat, I started checking each of the goats, which one has passed through that feces, which one has really had that diarrhea, because they may have passed the feces and you will not know which particular one. I started opening their tail, checking. You check them and then you treat, all right? And then the care of the goat. How do I care? How am I going to take care of my goats? It's not about just I have treated the goats yesterday. I treated them, I gave them paracetamol, or if there is anything like that, or I gave them gentamicin injection. It's not about that. Sometimes you walk into your farm, you open the eye of your goats. You want to see through the eye. Is this goat still like this before? Sometimes they will have watery things coming out of their eyes. Sometimes their nose will be watery, all right? That means they are having catarrh and cough. You know, sometimes they have bloat. You see the goat very fat, as if it's pregnant, but it's not pregnant. It's bloat. All right, these are the things that you need to know about your goat. And this is how I'm going to stop this video today. But before I end the video, I will be telling you to pick up my number. My number here is 090. All right, I will take it slowly. 090 590. All right, 590 66 888, yes, 888, 888, 888, 3, 888, and 1. You can take it again, 090 590, yes, 6 888, 1. All right, why am I giving you this number? In case you want to contact me, all right, you want me to give you a briefing about how to start up your goat farm, you can call my number. Call my number. VIK-JSAM is there for you. I will give you all the knowledge you want, and of course, the sky will be your starting point. Thank you, guys. This is where we come to the end of the video. Have a very great day. Bye.